Hey everybody and welcome back. Welcome back to our new video of the series SQL. And today we are going to learn about aggregated functions, group by and having clause. Let's start off with the aggregated functions. What is an aggregated function? Yeah. An aggregated function is a mathematical function which used in SQL to summarize the data of a particular column. Absolutely. Yes. But how? How do you do that? And we have an example of an aggregated functions, that is sum. Let's start off with sum. We have commonly used 5. I'll explain you all those 5, but let's start off with sum. Select. But today we are using this data set, a new data set sales, where we have the table store. Okay, let's use this particular store table in order to review our sum aggregated function. Let's see what are all in the particular table and then analyze it. These are all the columns that we do have in our store table. Transaction ID, timestamp, customer ID, name, surname, shipping state, item, which is item ID, description, what kind of product is that, retail price, loyalty discount. Yes, we do have the orders table basically. What if we want to summarize particular column? Can we do that? If we want to see the total amount of this retail price, that is to add up all the values in this particular column, what is a particular aggregated function that we should be using? That is obviously sum. Let's try and see the particular value. Sum, we're aggregating this particular retail price column. Yeah, this is the sum of the all the values in this particular retail price column. But if at all I want to see the details of a particular item in this particular column, would we be able to do that? I mean to say, if we have a pillow named product in this particular let me show you with the table so that it will be easy for you to understand. So we have this pillowcase. So we might be having pillowcase for several other transactions, right? We might be having. So let's see where description is equal to pillowcase, right? Let's copy this and paste it over here. So we have these many transactions where the particular product is pillowcase. In order to summarize all these values, I mean to say, in order to get the total of all these particular rows, what we need to do? This is where group by gets in handy for us. Okay, we have this aggregated functions. Whenever you want to use it, you should be pairing it with group by. I'll show you how. So we have arrived at the place where we need to discuss about the group by. So prior to the discussion about the group by, I'll tell you what group by actually is. What does a group by clause do in SQL? Group by clause will aggregate the column values based upon the matching values. You need to understand the keyword matching. Pillowcase is the description. It will group by the entire rows based upon the pillowcase. It will gather it together and then perform an aggregated function based upon the column we give it. Okay, don't worry, I'll explain you, I'll show you as well so that you will get it. How do we use group by as well? Select sum of comma, let's add description as well, from sales dot store. I'm grouping it by description. Yeah, what do you think the result is gonna be? Yes, it will group the items in the description based upon the matching values. If there are pillowcase items in the description, it will group it all together and then perform the sum of retail price individually according to the description value. Okay, let's see. Yeah, in order to type through all of these particular values in the where clause, it will take hell lot of a time. So you don't have to do that. You just need to enter group by description and sum of retail price. This group by clause will help you to group all the pillowcases together, make a sandwich of them, and then apply the sum function to this retail price column, and will sum all the values of the retail price in the particular column and will give that value over there. That is 720.48. Similarly, it will sandwich all the men's pajama sets and perform the sum on those values. This will go on to the entire description column and give the values as such. In order to do this in this particular way, it will take lot of time, and that is not recommended. Now that we have done the aggregated function sum, let's move on to another aggregated function, count. What does count do? We have summed up the values in the retail price. Now that we would be able to count the number of values in the retail price column based upon the description value. Let's see. Yeah, there are 38 rows with the description pillowcase. There are 50 rows with the men's pajama set. There are 24 rows with the sheets as description. I mean to say there are 24 orders that have been placed with sheets as description. Got it right? So let's see few more. We have count, we have average. Now let's execute this and see what does average do. Average does the average of all the values in the retail price column and give us the result, right? In this case it is same with sum, because the retail price is a single unit and the average is a single unit as well, so it is showing up average as the same value. But whenever there's a difference in the column values, the average and sum differs. But for now average and sum are same because every other column's value is same, right? Yeah, let's go with another thing, that is max. Max will give you an output based upon the highest value in the entire column. The highest is the same, the lowest is the same, because we have the same value in the entire group. So the highest is the same, lowest is the same. If there are different values in the column, then it would be giving us the highest value and the least value as well. But for the least value, what would be doing? Yes, this is a function called min. In this case it would be the same. Yeah, this is the same because all the column values are the same. These are the 5 important functions, aggregated functions, that we use on a daily basis in SQL just to get our work easier. Yeah, now we have moved on from aggregated functions, group by, and let's begin with having clause. What does having clause do? Similar to where clause, where we use it on the columns, similarly having clause will help us in using it with aggregated functions. In order to use it on aggregated functions, where doesn't allow us, only having clause will help us, right? So let's try and see what we can do. Let's have this particular column and copy it over here and see what we can do about that. Having sum of price greater than what? I should say 500. If the sum of price is greater than 500, this should show up with the products only price greater than 500, right? See, all of these values are greater than 500. No other value is less than 500. In order to prove it to you, I'll just use less than 500. There are only 4 values which are less than 500. That is hat, underwear, apron, baby blanket. Having clause will help us use on the aggregated functions, where clause will not support this particular. Let's use it and see. Let's clear your doubt as well. Do you think where clause will allow? No. What does the error say? Syntactical error. See, you can't use the column which is not defined earlier. This particular column is defined within the function, within the query. So you can't use where with that. Where is only used with the predefined columns, where having clause gets in handy with the aggregated function which we have just created, right? This is how we use the having clause. This is all about the aggregated functions, group by and having clause. Let's stick to the basic topics for today, and in the future topics let's dive into the advanced topics of group by, having and aggregated functions. Let's stick to basics for today because I just don't want to get it complicated for you. Just try aggregated functions, group by and having clause from your end and see how does it work for you as well. But for now, this is all of it, and practice. If you have any doubts, comment it below. I'll be able to help you out there as well. But once you understand this group by, having and aggregated functions, these are the most used functions in the entire SQL. If you just understand this, you will be getting a grip of SQL analysis part as well. Okay, these are the basics to understand the SQL analysis. Thank you. I'll see you in a new video, and that's it for today. Bye.